Hey, what's up? This is Derrick Johnson. You're watching Third and Longhorn. Like and subscribe. Hook 'em.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another special interview edition of Third and Longhorn. This week, we have a guest that I think we're really excited about. I know I've been digging in on his history. Welcome, Jaydon Blue. We always start this off the same way, Jaydon, and you came out of Klein Oak High School, or Klein Cain High School in Houston, and you had an opportunity to play for a lot of teams. I think you had, we had Stanford, Georgia, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma. Why Texas?
Well, the first thing was they was one of the first schools to offer me, and ever since that we built that relationship on. I feel like they was the school that really wanted me. And the second thing was I wanted to go somewhere where I could be successful in football, but not only that, after football. And Coach Sark was one of those guys that I feel like he was a guy that I could play for. He fit my type of offense. He found ways to not only put players in position to be successful, but to find players to play to their strengths. And Coach Choice played a big part in that. He's a guy, not only a coach, but he's close with his players. And to me, that was very important because he not only cares about me playing football, but as a person. And I think them things played a big part in me picking Texas.
When you look at kind of your high school career, right? You were one of the few people that kind of did the Le'Veon Bell thing where you sat out a year and then came back into it. What went into that decision? That was a huge decision, right?
Yeah.
Something that hadn't been done before, especially at the high school level. So what went into that decision? Like, what made you want to do that? And then do you feel like it was something that helped propel you to get better once you did enroll into Texas?
Yeah, well, the first thing is middle school, I had, 2 knee injuries that kept me out for 2 years straight. So, I had to come back from those injuries, in my head, what they told me was if it was to happen again, it's a good chance that I wouldn't be able to play again. So, in my head, I was thinking I had to work super hard to get back to this point. And, like you said about the decision, that came in part of my thought was, to just take the year off and to get stronger, healthier, and train myself up to get ready for the college level.
I mean, obviously that turned out to be the right decision, but at the time, I'm sure a lot of people questioned it and was like, "Are you sure?" Like, yeah, like, what you want? Like, what was it? I mean, how old were you at that time?
It was I made the decision after my junior year in high school, so I was around probably like 17.
That's what I'm thinking. So, like, as a 17-year-old, how'd you even handle all of those people? I
mean, I knew that part of that was going to come with it, but I was strong enough to know that, it's not what other people think. It was what was best for me. So, I think that decision, is part of the reason why I'm doing what I am today, because I needed that year, not only to get better physically, but mentally.
Mm-hmm. What, just staying on the same topic, when you take a year off at the high school level, what does training look like for you? Like, are you still with the team at practice, or are you outside of the school doing your own thing? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I train, I train with Coach Rowe most of the time, lifted weights, and I wasn't really with the team in high school, but, I still went to the games to support them because I knew that, that would make them happy because of what I did for the school. And, basically my time off, I just, trained up, lifted, got stronger.
Who is Coach Rowe for those that don't know? For my Houston crowd. I mean, I know Coach Rowe like that. The boy nice. He know what he's doing.
First thing I can say, my relationship, he's helped me a lot become a better man and in football. He took me in when I was probably like a freshman in high school, and he had hit me up to come play for them. And ever since, he's been training me and helping me get better. But he's a super good dude. He tries to help everyone out that he can, and I just think that, he's a good dude.
Rose Simon?
Yes.
Fast Houston? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
So, Jaydon, I keep hearing you mention this a couple times about relationships, right? Your relationship with Coach Choice, relationship with your trainer that you had while you wasn't in football. What does that mean to you? Like obviously, it's a big deal. That's why you're here at Texas. being able to have a relationship with you, how do you I guess put that on a pedestal that's important to you?
Well, relationships to me is important because for moments like when you're at your lowest, you can have somebody, to go to and to help you, not feel so bad. And I think Coach Choice is one of those guys that I could say that when I wasn't doing so great, that he was a guy that I could go to or call at whatever time at night, and we could have a good conversation, and he could say real things to me, and I could take that into account, and it'll make me feel a lot better. So relationships was one of the big things for me because I knew that college is hard, and not every day was going to be so good, and so relationships for me was something that I was looking forward to.
I think high school players, I think college players can learn from this because we're in a new age, right? Where when things don't work out in college or you're not playing as much or whatever, you're sitting behind some really good talent, you jump in the portal, right?
Yeah.
You easily could have done that. You didn't do that. So you're a story that I think some high schoolers who are in that situation or college guys that are in that situation now. And now that you told me your story beforehand, like how you've been getting hurt and overcoming that, I know why Jaydon got through this time because you had Roe and Bijan. I want to call him Superman, but Bijan.
that works too.
Right. Yeah. But you had them in front of you, and then after that, you had JB, then Baxter, and then you got these guys, and these guys are all really good, right? Mm-hmm. Really, really good. Top of the notch. And how does Jaydon stay ready? Like, this is what high school, college players need to know. How do I stay ready instead of saying, oh, they messing me over, I'm out, let me go here? How do you stay ready for your opportunity?
Well, the first thing is I was always taught to trust the process. And I think having those four guys, B, Roe, JB, and Keelan in front of me helped me a lot. And I think seeing those guys.
Even them in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think seeing those guys set the example and see how, even last year, how JB, didn't play as much his first 2 years. And he played 1 year and it changed his whole life.
Seeing his whole life.
Seeing that just shows me how everything doesn't have to be in a rush, and it take 1 year running back, man. So, seeing that helped me realize that everything doesn't have to happen so fast, and that's part of the reason why I stay patient.
I think you maximized the opportunities as they presented themselves. To DJ's point, it was clear that you were ready. Like the moment wasn't too big when you finally got the moment.
No.
Right? But now you're in a different space. Now it's Texas. So Texas goes from, no disrespect, Nick, Texas goes from who is that to he need to win the Heisman. Right? So now there's this expectation that comes with playing here. Like what has that been like? Because it's a different thing when nobody requiring nothing from you and you just up here and grinding versus now all the expectations and the questions and the praise and that's coming with it, I'm sure. Like what's that space been like and how do you still stay focused?
Yeah, like I said, those guys in front of me played a big part of that and helped me. And I think I always had confidence in myself that, when the moment was at its biggest that I was going to be ready for it because Coach Choice prepares us better than any other coach I could think of. And it's just that thing where, just how my work ethic and everything, I just knew that when the moment came up that I was going to make the big play.
Well, I think let's keep on this topic of Coach Choice because I saw this article on Horns 24/7 where Coach Choice said, speed-wise, he's very similar to Jahmyr Gibbs because he's fast and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And so if I had to compare anybody to his body type, it'd be Gibbs. They'll look a little different in how they play the game, but the more Blue matures, he has a chance to be better than Gibbs. So, I mean, that's high praise, right? And Coach Choice has seen some running backs.
Yeah.
So, like, how does that make you feel to have someone like Coach Choice who sees that? Does that make you work harder? Does that drive you more?
Yeah, well, it makes me feel good, but it also pushes me to work harder. And I know Gibbs is probably one of the more explosive backs in the league right now, and I watched him last year in college, and I watched him last year in the league, and I think if it was anybody that know me well, it's Coach Choice. So him saying that, is a big thing for me, even though I have more work to do. It's just good knowing that he sees this in me for the future.
I got a question for you with Coach Choice. I played against Coach Choice, and he was a heck of a stop.
You did not yourself with that one.
Did you say that you hosted Coach Choice on a recruitment? Is that what you just said, man? Is that what you
I did not say
I thought he said I hosted Coach.
He gave him his first football.
He signed his football.
How old is Coach Choice? I need some dates.
But check this out. Coach,
Yeah.
him being a running back in NFL and having success in NFL, have y'all seen film? Has he put up film of himself?
I mean, it's
In
crazy
there.
because at times in our position room, he'll play a few clips. Well, we watched his highlights and he was pretty good. He always talked trash, as to say.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, he
Y'all
showed
are more
us.
explosive
Yeah,
than
he
probably,
showed
yeah.
us a couple clips of him running the ball in the position room.
Okay.
That's the one thing. The kids today, when they hear you talking about, man, cut your tape off. They don't want to cut your tape off.
You guys were wearing a lot of pads.
I got a question. So, towards the end of last year, once JB went down, unfortunately, Texas fans kind of got to see a glimpse of you and CJ Baxter. And I'm not going to lie, we loved what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of heading into next season, how do y'all complement each other in the backfield?
Yeah, I think, first of all, we're two different backs. So I think that's part of the reason we, go together so well. And, sad is, I think he's not the normal freshman running back. And when he came in last year, he caught on very quick. He's very mature for his age, and he was ahead of most guys in the program. So I think, what he brings to the table and what I bring to the table, I think we have a chance of being the best group in the country again.
I do want to hit and lament on this. I wanted everybody a chance to say their piece, but running backs are the best position on the field. And it's also been validated by having two, not one, but two running backs on the show now. So
Fozzy, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't hear you down here.
I said running backs are the best position on the field, off the field too. That's why we talking about it.
Yeah.
So, we got
Just because.
Well, say that. Well, hold on.
I'm just saying.
I would love to interview you, but what do you think about it? What do you think about it?
I agree.
I would say the conversation.
We're cutting this part.
Conversation keeps changing. It went from most athletic position on the field to now the best.
I'm not gonna lie.
So where's the conversation?
We just keep getting better, huh?
Both of them. Right? It sounds like we just.
Show me the lie.
We got to go keep
Let's hear it from the specialist himself. All right, things that you do at the running back position that,
Here we go.
The general fan may not really comprehend and understand. What are the things that Coach Choice are on you about that you have to do that's not necessarily glorified, right? And it may be, offense, with the ball, without the ball, special teams. Just go about some of the things that you got to do in preparation for practice and for games.
Yeah, the first thing, I think he takes a lot of pride in us playing special teams. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I think, the second biggest thing is being able to pass protect. And if you can't pass protect, then you're not
can't
going to play
play.
long at running back. So he emphasizes that a lot. And I think just being able to make people miss. And I think that's one of the things he looks into when he recruits back. So, me personally, I think running back is the most athletic and the best.
Yes, sir.
on the field. So
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, if I were to think about it, I'm just like, you had one of the most brilliant catches in the Sugar Bowl that we've seen.
yeah. Give me
And
that.
how far down the field was that?
30.
It looked like 40, like a 40.
That was a wide receiver play right
It
there.
wasn't even
It was a chunk, for sure.
a couple of weeks before that. He showed that you can just actually just give him the ball and then you play Texas Tech and he can go for what was that 50,
69.
No, I'm sorry,
60.
I'm just saying. But okay. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of new faces coming in this summer, right? We hit the portal pretty hard, but I think there's one of them who I knew was your high school teammate. So I'm gonna ask this first because you told me a special fact about Matthew Golden from Houston who transferred to Texas beforehand. But first off, before we talk about it, who's faster?
Ooh.
Me.
Okay, there we go.
You said that like I mean, is this like
fastest
is
on
it
the
close?
Me.
You the fastest on the team.
I clocked the fastest top speed on the team right now.
Okay.
And
What
then
is
there's
it?
other
What is it?
players that verify
22.6.
that.
22.6.
Did you get a chance to race X last year?
Nah, we haven't really raced side to side, but
We just whoever clocks top speed.
if
Old school, line up.
in my opinion, if I was to race next to anybody, I think I would come out on top.
Including you, Alex.
Hey, that ain't a question.
It's also the most confident position in the field, apparently. So, I love it.
Yeah, Jaydon, hearing you talk about how fast you are, because you're super fast, very explosive. But you're not just a one-trick pony, because there are certain running backs that I used to play against where I'm like, all right, it's probably going to be a toss, it's probably going to be a stretch, it's probably going to be a pass, just because they're really fast. The whole playbook is open for you. How much do you take pride in being a complete back? Because there's a lot of other things that fast running backs can't do. You can do just about everything. Yeah. So,
well, for me is seeing how much the league has changed, and most of if you want to go first round, you got to be able to do everything, and that plays a big part in going first round. So for me, it's not only being able to run the ball, but being able to pass catch, pass protect, because I know those are the things that'll get me to the next level. Yeah. So I think, I take pride in being able to do all those things because I know what it takes if I want to get to that next level.
Well, back to my. Well, I want to cut you off real fast because I want to go back to the golden question, right? So you told me something beforehand that I don't think anybody knows. So you guys are related.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah.
So what are we getting in Matthew Golden?
Well, the first thing is I think he's very explosive, and he not only bring talent to the position room, but he's one of the best returners in the nation to me. And I think having him on special teams would help us a lot, and not only being a best return team, but I think he brings a lot to the position room at the receiver position that that could play a big part in us having a good season.
We got a chance to see that.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
and now back to your speed.
I'm glad he putting on the right uniform because I was there. I went to that one. I was like, man,
I had to make sure
I didn't really enjoy that. I didn't enjoy his speed when he was using it last that I seen him. So, but speaking of speed, the last time that I can remember that Texas had a back with your type of speed, that guy went on to become the NFL's all-time yards per carry leader in Jamal Charles. So do you have you talked about relationships. Do you have a relationship with JC?
I mean, I haven't really met him yet, but I think Coach Choice was saying that he would introduce me to him sometime this year. So I'm looking forward to it.
He's looking at you, man.
Yeah,
for real, man.
Looking forward to it.
So then I guess I ask, like, who do you not model your game after, but who have you cut on the tape and you like, man, I like the way he do it?
I would say probably I had a few of them. Probably Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor.
Why?
What do you like about his game?
I mean, I feel like we could do some of the similar things, but I think I would probably be a little better pass catcher, but I think running wise we have the same running style. But I think Coach Choice was spot on with the Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
We probably have like the exact same play style. So I'll probably say Jahmyr Gibbs if I had to say somebody right now.
When I think of JT, I think of patience and vision.
Yeah.
Like those are the two things that jump off the tape to me. Obviously, he can go. Yeah. Obviously, he's strong, can run through arm tackles, all that, right? But I just think of like, man, they line it down. You got 9 down there. We know you turning around and giving it to him, and he's still patient enough to come out with 4. Do you have that? We've seen explosiveness. We've seen the big plays. We've seen you're a pure athlete that can catch the ball down the field, but the ability to just turn around and hand the football off.
Run between the tackles.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. Are we going to?
That's something that a lot of people are asking right now, but I think I have the ability to do it. I've been working, to get bigger and stronger for that.
Yeah, you almost as big as me. I seen when you walked in here, I said, he almost as big as me.
Yeah, I've been working towards that so that I could be able to take all those carries and they could just be able to turn around and hand the ball out to me when they have 9 to 10 in the box. So I think that's something that I look forward to this year.
Yeah, no, I love that conversation. I remember being at Chiefs practices and Eric Bieniemy would be like, we got to be able to run the ball when they know we going to run the ball.
Right.
So just hearing y'all's conversation, I'm excited about that and thinking fast forward to Texas. I'm excited to see you do that next season.
I got a fun little throwback action here. So do you remember going to the scouting combine, the All-American scouting combine when you were in high school?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know who the running back coach was? I was a running back coach. That was my second year as the running back coach at that All-American Scouting Combine.
Hey,
I
we thought you was.
I'm over the dirt. I'm DJ age now. I played against DJ. He said I played against the Charlotte. I'm like, I played against DJ. But I was the coach, giving you all the routes and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I saw the talent that you had. He was cooking every linebacker.
Yeah.
That's whenever I was starting talking trash to all the other linebackers. I was like, hey, well, line up against him then. Let me see what you really got. But that's whenever I knew you had something special. I want to say you was a sophomore at that time.
Yeah.
And man, it's been crazy to see your evolution. I don't get a chance to follow all of the guys that come to the combine. You saw how many kids was there. We had 2 groups of that same size. So in the morning and in the evening, got 30 plus running backs. Your name was one that I kept along with and kept tracking every single time. And then you committed to Texas. I was like, oh, Texas got them one.
Yeah.
I saw him with my own 2 eyes. Like, this dude, absolute beat. And not only that, he went both ways. He was playing linebacker too.
That's
out
crazy.
there going to work after the DJ. Going to work. So I just had to throw that up because I was like, I know he don't remember that.
Everybody knew he was good except me. So. I'm in.
I mean, so with that, right? With Fozzy, we talk about he out there trash talking. Like, who on the defensive side of the ball do the most trash talking?
This year or from last year?
Give me both. I think I already know who you're gonna say from last year.
From last year it was T Swift.
Everybody said T Swift from last year.
For this year, I think it'll be. I have to say, probably Ant.
Yeah. Are you a talker too?
Yeah. In practice, I'll talk.
So check this out. And he's right about this. When they go pass pro and they get a little heated, especially in training camp throughout the season, and the linebackers go against the running back, he had to hit the top talking back, talking straight back.
I mean, you like we always say, pass pro is a mindset.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I've never seen you not quiet about it.
Yeah,
you can't be. You can't be.
Yeah.
It's not a quiet situation. So that makes sense. I love to see it. Who? So I'll follow that up with this then. Don't give me Quinn because I expect that.
Okay.
Who's the leader that the team chose this season? We're going into the SEC season. The team's gonna look different.
Baron Sherrill.
It's a good name.
Baron Sherrill.
Want to hear that?
Well then.
Speaking of the SEC, what are you most excited about going to the SEC?
Really just the competition. No, I like playing against good competition. I think originally I wanted to play in the SEC, but Texas, they just had some things that, some other schools in the SEC didn't, and that's part of the reason why I'm here. But originally I wanted to play in the SEC, but the competition is something I'm really looking forward to.
And do you have any games circled this upcoming season?
Nah.
All of them.
All of them.
I like that.
Well, who on this current roster that the fans don't know about? Who's going to surprise people this year? Who do you see playing a big part?
Dark horse. Yeah.
I say Trey Wisner. I think he'll be another Keelan on special teams this year.
I love him. Another running back, just in case y'all was wondering. Because
I think he'll be a dog on every special teams this year.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. Well, Jaydon, we can't thank you enough for being here, man. Like this has been fun. We'll definitely check back in with you during the year and appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Appreciate you, baby.